Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Speak Up Vasta Challenge, day number 9. Today is my sister, youngest sister, Sarah, first day, and second day, Ruthie. Would you guys like to take some time to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. Sarah first.
Okay, I'll do the honors. My name is Sarah. I'm 18 years young. Today I joined because I think that I could also work on my speech. I think that when I speak, I can get a little bit nervous and talk really fast. But today, my goal is to work on being more clear when I talk, more clear and like maybe slowing down. And yeah.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ruth. I'm 21 years old. This is my second day here. Um, I mentioned that I want to be more clear and like have more confidence in speaking, but also like knowing how to express myself. Like sometimes you can't like pinpoint the exact word and how to convey, whatever you're trying to get across. But I want to do that more. I want to be more precise.
Great. My name is Vasta. I'm the big sister. I'm not going to tell you my age. These young stars are so young, they're proud to be 18 and 21. I am proud of my age too. I just don't introduce myself that way. Anyways, I'm Chef Vasta. I am tuning in from Denver. I am doing a 30 days challenge to improve my speaking. I have a stutter. I have a very low voice and I tend to not open my mouth when I speak. People have a hard time hearing what I'm saying. So this challenge is to help me be comfortable, put myself out there and practice because the only way to get better is to do it, is to practice. I am introvert. I used to be shy or introvert where I just avoid being in public places or having to speak. So no more. I'm out here trying to learn and improve.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we already touched the top three questions, why you're here and what are your goals. So this is gonna be like a group reading. Each one of you are gonna read something 3 times, and we're gonna give you some feedback. Also, you're gonna give yourself some feedback. The goal for reading is to practice our enunciation and just storytelling through reading and practice. Uh, Sarah, please go first for us. What would you like to read today?
Um, is this like, is this paragraph, is that enough? Is that too much?
Not one or two paragraph is great.
Okay. I'm gonna be reading a newspaper that I got in the mail from Trader Joe's. Okay. The title is Sparkling Strawberry and Guava Juice Beverages. We find that one of the quick
You got this.
Okay. We find that one of the quickest and most cost-effective ways to add some sparkle to your life is to sip it. A bright and breezy, bubbly beverage can make the difference between whole-hum hydration and resplendent refreshment, especially when enhanced with a fruit juice. And if you can contain the carbonation in a conveniently conveyable can, why, that's the dream. Luckily for you, that dream that has in fact already come in fruition in the form of Trader Joe's sparkling strawberry juice beverage and sparkling guava juice beverage.
Uh, are you
One
at
more time?
are you yeah? So are you at the end of your two
Yes.
paragraphs?
It's
Uh,
just one paragraph.
how do you think you did?
I think since it's my first time reading it, I didn't have like, I was kind of confused on what I was reading, but I'm going to read it again.
Okay. I think you were going too fast, especially at the end. You like said like, "Rrrr." So try to pause, punctuation.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the first time is to read it to understand what it is. Second time is to use punctuation. Third time is to like embody the text you are reading, like act it out, convey it, put some
Okay.
energy into it. All right, go ahead.
Right, right. Okay. We find that one of the quickest and most cost-effective ways to add some sparkle to your life is to sip it. A bright and breezy, bubbly beverage can make the difference between ho-hum hydration and resplendent refreshment, especially when enhanced with fruit juice. And if you can contain that carbonation in a conveniently conveyable can, why, that's the dream. Luckily for you, that dream that has, in fact, already come to fruition in the form of Trader Joe's sparkling juice beverage and sparkling guava juice beverage.
Yeah, you did very good. The second time you were slow, you were pausing. Uh,
Thank you.
what do you have any feedback for yourself, or Ruth, do you have feedback for her?
Oh, I think the word you're trying to say is fruition.
Fruition?
Yeah, fruition.
Uh, uh,
Other than that, that was good.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Third time.
And now this time, put some energy, maybe,
Okay.
act it up, use some hands, use some gesture if you need to.
Okay.
I think that's an ad. They're trying to excel you this working water. So act is as if
Yeah.
you're trying to let people know this is the best thing you can drink.
We found that one of the quickest and most cost-effective ways to add some sparkle into your life is to sip it. A bright and breezy, bubbly beverage can make the difference between ho-hum hydration and resplendent refreshment, especially when enhanced with fruit juice. And if you can contain that carbonation in a conveniently conveyable can, why, that's the dream. Luckily for you, that dream that has in fact already come to fruition in the form of Trader Joe's sparkling strawberry juice beverage and sparkling guava juice beverage.
That was very good. We were like your tone,
Yeah,
like what was conveying, like you're excited,
yeah,
like you were almost like
yeah.
a marketer. So good job.
Mhm. Thank you.
All right. What do you have? Do you have anything to for? I mean, do you have any feedback for yourself?
Yes. Um, I think that I sounded more persuasive when
Mhm.
I like cadence to my voice, when I like maybe said a word very slowly and then maybe brought my voice up a little bit, like in different words like ho hum hydration or bright and breezy. I think adding character to those kind of words or like and yeah was nice because I sound like I'm making you want to drink it.
Yes. Good
Yes.
job.
Yeah.
All right. Ruthie, it's your turn.
My turn. I'm reading the same book from yesterday, but we're starting from chapter one, page one.
Okay, great.
Alrighty. I also kind of okay, never mind.
No, tell us. Tell us. Don't be shy. Tell us.
Oh, I kind of can't like I don't know the vibes of the like how to embody this text, but we'll see.
Okay.
The
What do
Lord gave, huh?
you can? I mean, you can learn. That's why we are. I mean, that's why we are here.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Right. The Lord gave and the Lord took away. Her grandmother said to her at the edge of the grave. But that wasn't right because the Lord had taken away much more than had been there to start with. And everything her child might have become was now lying there at the bottom of the pit, waiting to be covered up. Three handfuls of dirt, and the little girl running off to school with her satchel on her back now lay there in the ground, her satchel bouncing up and down as she runs even farther. Three handfuls of dirt, and the 10-year-old playing the piano with pale fingers lays there. Three handfuls, and the adolescent girl whose bright coppery hair men turn to stare as she passes was interred. Three handfuls tossed down into the grave, and now even the grown woman would have come to her aid when she herself had begun to move slowly, taking some tact out of her hands with the words, "Oh, mother," she too was slowly becoming suffocated by the dirt falling into her mouth.
Okay.
Okay, my
Uh,
feedback for myself is I don't like there's so many commas and there's like so many large sentences that I'm not looking ahead to see how to end the sentence or like the cadence of the sentence. Like the first passage, The first period is like after 5 lines,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I can do more with like the
Yes, yes. So try again. I mean, I agree with you. You were like not still getting to know the text. You looked confused. You sound confused. So try again. And now you know a little bit about what you are reading.
all right.
Yes, the more we practice, the more we're gonna learn how to look ahead, how to anticipate what's ahead. For example, for me with music, especially Afrobeat, I can listen and I can like literally predict what's gonna be next, like as far as like know how to move or the beat. So since
Same.
reading, practice, practice. I guess that's too much, but no. Go ahead.
The Lord gave, and the Lord took away. Her grandmother said to her at the edge of the grave. But that wasn't right, because the Lord had taken away much more than had been there to start with, and everything her child might have become was now lying there at the bottom of the pit, waiting to be covered up. 3 handfuls of dirt, and the little girl running off to school with her satchel on her back, now lay there in the ground, her satchel bouncing up and down as she runs even farther. 3 handfuls of dirt, and the 10-year-old playing the piano with pale fingers lays there. 3 handfuls, and the adolescent girl whose bright coppery when men hair meant to turn to stare as she passes was interred. 3 handfuls tossed down into the grave, and now even the grown woman who would have come to her aid when she herself had begun to move slowly, taking some tact out of her hand with the words, "Oh, mother." She too was slowly being suffocated by the dirt falling into her mouth.
I think you did better. Can you show me how big is your text you're reading? Is it a whole page to progress? Okay, yeah, no, no, it's not big. It's not big.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like up to you.
okay.
Can
Yeah,
you read?
yeah, yeah, I can read. Uh, no, you did a good job in like slowing down, taking pauses, but at the end, I think you forgot, how to flowed, into the reading. Maybe
Mhm.
you forgot what you were reading about. Uh, Try again this time. Put more energy, life, voice. You know, leave this text you're reading, my sister.
The Lord gave, and the Lord took away. Her grandmother said to her at the edge of the grave. But that wasn't right, because the Lord had taken away much more than had been there to start with, and everything her child might have become was now lying there at the bottom of the pit, waiting to be covered up. 3 handfuls of dirt, and the little girl running off to school with her satchel on her back now lay there on the ground, her satchel bouncing up and down as she runs ever farther. 3 handfuls of dirt, and the 10-year-old playing the piano with pale fingers lay there. 3 handfuls, and the adolescent girl whose bright coppery hair men turn to stare at as she passes was interred. 3 handfuls tossed down into the grave, and now even the grown woman who would have come to her aid when she herself had begun to move slowly, taking some tacks out of her hands with the words, "Oh, mother." She too was slowly being suffocated by the dirt falling into her mouth.
Sarah, feedback for Ruthie. You are quiet.
I think the third time around, the flow was nice. So I felt like I could actually picture the story in my head. Like the last sentence you would say, it would follow with the second. Because like you sounded like you know more about what you were reading compared to the first time, which is fair because it was yesterday that you read it. But I feel like the flow was nice. Your pace was also nice, and you were pretty clear. So I feel like I could really understand what you were saying and like what the story was about, and what was going on.
I agree with Sarah. My only comment is that I didn't hear much difference in your tone in your from the second try to the third try. You
Mhm.
didn't give us a significant change in like your tone, your body language, it was very noticeable in Sarah's reading how she read the third time.
Mhm.
So keep that in mind next time. All right. It is my turn. I'm going to read my brochure again. But tomorrow I'm going to read a funny story, kid story, cooking kid story. But today, reading again. Just like what's on behind here, there, but I'm reading the inside of it.
Nice.
Right. With what flavors, food is more than a meal. It's a celebration of health, culture, and connection. Our story begins in Rwanda, where a love for cooking was sparked at age 7. Years of cooking for family and traveling the world shaped a passion for creating meals that bring people together. Trained at the August Escoffier School of Culinary Arts, Vasta combines professional expertise with a lifelong commitment to plant-based eating. Today, Iwat Flavors offer personalized culinary services that inspire joy and promote healthy living. Why choose plant-based? Plant-based cuisine is flavorful, nourishing, and is sustainable. It's a way to enjoy incredible meal while supporting your health and the planet. At Iwatch Flavors, our food is wholesome and fresh, crafted from scratch with fresh, seasonal, and quality ingredients, nutritious and globally inspired, designed to fuel your body with essential and balanced nutrients while celebrating diverse cultures and their culinary influence in every meal. Better for the planet, a sustainable choice that reduces environmental impact while celebrating plant-based cuisine. That's my reading.
Okay.
Feedback from Sarah. We'll start with you.
Mm, I feel like if I was you, I would maybe, I would maybe like, because it's a bit of a long text.
Mhm.
I would say like if I were you, I would maybe shorten it so that I could memorize it easier, so that when I'm saying it out loud or like advertising it, that I would be able to memorize it because it's a bit shorter. And like whenever I'm advertising it, I'm more so giving more eye contact to my audience and more engagement. Oh,
Give me feedback on my reading because this is a brochure I give to people. They read for themselves. I don't read it to them. I'm
oh,
just reading this for practice.
heard.
Mhm.
Um, I would say it sounded pretty good, other than like tone, because like with what I read too, I was also advertising something, and you're also advertising your brand. I would say like kind of that tone of like, why go plant based? Well, here's why. Like kind of like more upbeat and more like changing your tone, like having different rhythms, different cadence.
Okay,
But that's it, really.
did you hear every word I say? Like in every word I said, did you hear it?
Did I hear every word?
Yeah.
Yes, half, yes. Well, for the most part, yes. But there were some words where I had to like maybe listen in a bit more.
Okay. Second time, pay attention to those words and please let me know what those words are.
Sounds good.
Ruth, any feedback?
When we like trip over words, I think like we all just take a pause and like read it and then say it because like we all like did the same thing like where we like stuttered over it and like repeated it.
Mhm.
Instead of like go, okay, and then you say it. Other than that, yeah.
Right. Second time, with much flavors, food is more than a meal. It's a celebration of health, culture, and connection. Our story begins in Rwanda, where love for cooking was sparked at age 7. Years for cooking for family and traveling the world shaped a passion for cooking. No, sorry. I don't know. I'm like, am I even reading? Am I even looking at the thing? No. I'm trying to, let me.
Yeah.
With what flavors, food is more than a meal. It is a celebration of health, culture, and connection. Our story begins in Rwanda, where a love for cooking was sparked at age 7. Years of cooking for family and traveling the world shaped a passion for creating meals that bring people together. Trained at the August Escoffier School of Culinary Arts, Vasta combines professional expertise with a lifelong commitment to plant-based eating. Today, Iwatch Flavors offer personalized culinary services that inspire joy and promote healthy living. Why choose plant-based? Plant-based cuisine is flavorful, nourishing, and sustainable. It is a way to enjoy incredible meal while supporting your health and the planet. At Iwatch Flavors, our food is wholesome and fresh, crafted from scratch with fresh, seasonal, and quality ingredients. Nutritious and globally inspired. Designed to fuel your body with essential and balanced nutrients while celebrating diverse cultures and their culinary influence in every meal. Better for the planet, a sustainable choice that reduces environmental impact while celebrating plant-based cuisine. What do you think? Feedback.
Um,
Don't be shy.
better with pronunciation and like not tripping over words. But I think the tone at the beginning was good and then it like trailed off.
Yeah. Sarah.
Yeah, I feel like also with me, similar is like sometimes there'll be like a combination of words where I kind of like it kind of just all blends in together, you
Oh.
know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was like maybe two moments where like I feel like maybe it's because you're speaking not fast necessarily, but like I feel like some words kind of like mumbled together, which is a bit unclear.
All right. Let me do this again. Story time. All right.
Okay.
Tristan. With Iwatch Flavors, food is more than a meal. It's a connection of health, culture, and connection. Our story begins in Rwanda, where a love for cooking was sparked at age 7. Can you imagine? I was just 7.
Yeah.
Years of cooking for family and traveling the world shaped a passion for creating meals that brings people together. Yes, that is my passion, to bring people together. Um, Trained at the August Escoffier School of Culinary Arts, Vasta combines professional expertise with a lifelong commitment to plant-based eating. Today, Iwatch Flavors offer personalized culinary services that inspire joy and promote healthy living. Why choose plant-based? Uh, plant-based plant-based cuisine is flavorful, nourishing, and sustainable. It is a way to enjoy incredible meals while spreading your health and the planet. At Iwat Flavors, our food is wholesome and fresh, nutritious and globally inspired, and better for the planet.
I feel like that was perfect. Besides the part, what's that name? Before you say culinary arts, are you saying,
Faculty of Culinary Arts or
say one more time?
August Escoffier School of Culinary Arts?
Is that the name of the school?
Yeah, it's in the school. It's a
Oh,
French.
okay. Okay.
Well, it was better, but not perfect. I think my energy was, I mean, that's how I want to speak. I mean, that's when I'm not nervous, that's typically how I speak. I'm very like animated in my,
Yeah.
but when I go in public, my animation goes away. I'm like, come on now, girl, get to it.
That's good.
Uh, So,
No, I love the commentary.
well, I would like to hear from you. What was tricky reading, or what like did you learn from today? Didn't how are you feeling overall from today's session?
For me, what was tricky was punctuation and like um not what's the word for not grammar, but the other thing. Anyway, like how
Spelling?
huh?
Mm, how to enunciate, spelling, grammar?
I don't think it's grammar. I think it just might be punctuation, like all the commas and the semicolons and the thing that were in this text, and also how like discern what kind of tone you should use. Like you guys both read kind of like ads and
Yeah.
like marketable things, but like this is like a book about like death. Like how do I, without sounding like dead and like monotone, like how do you convey that? And I think like reading more and like getting into different subjects will like help me make that distinction. But yeah.
But I think you should sound dead, but not dead. Obviously, if you're reading a book that's sad, you're way sad. Like, you have to read with those sad emotion, like, feel how this person is feeling in who wrote the book or the character.
Hmm.
And yeah, I guess that comes into, I guess, maybe not even acting, but like being able to express different emotions, which I think we do not because again, our upbringing. So or that helps. Okay, we're gonna move into a little conversation topic right now. This is to help us be fluent in everyday conversation. I go to this. I am new to these Toastmaster groups where they ask you a question and they give you like a minute and a half, 1 minute to answer the question. People tend to answer question with just one, like a few words or a sentence. The goal is to answer with a couple, elaborate, give a quick short story to your answer. Yes? Yeah.
Mhm.
Does anybody have a question for us in general, or should I ask the questions?
Mm-mm.
Hmm? No?
No questions.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make it all about food because I'm a food girl.
But
What's one food from our childhood that you still remember, and what memories do you have of this meal or food or experience?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I remember igikoma.
Mhm.
Igikoma is a traditional Rwandan breakfast drink that we usually pair with like bread or amandazi. To me, it's memorable because I've always found it so delicious. You can add like powdered milk or not, and I just remember like always like knocking out after drinking a coma. So it's very memorable for me. Very tasty, very warm. Yeah, igikoma.
Do you still drink it this day?
I have not drinking it in a while, but I've been thinking of making my own recently. So I'm gonna go my next grocery shopping. I'm going to add those ingredients to my cart. And I did see your post about kukuma, and I thought it was perfect timing. So I'm definitely gonna tap into that.
Thank you for sharing.
Hmm.
Uh, how about you, Ruthie?
Mine would be sombe. Oh my goodness. Um, I memories. I remember it being like a whole family ordeal. Like someone who had to chop the vegetables, someone's over the stove like whipping that cassava up, and then we'd pair it with like my favorite was either rice or kawunga, but people would like ugari. I don't. You can keep it, but I remember that, and it's like such a soul food for me. Like just thinking about it and how I haven't had it in years. So sad, but I think that's like one of my favorite foods from childhood.
Thank you for sharing. My childhood food memories that I remember very deeply is tomato sauce with ugari.
Mm.
I specifically used to cook it for you guys when you were younger. uh, when we were younger, I used to cook a lot for us between school lunch. Like, we used to go to school in the morning, come back home, eat, go back to school. But this is a very simple dish. It is simple as you get. Tomatoes, onions, and water. And sometimes you put like a golden eggplant. Those are my favorite. It was simple. I'm not sure about how much nourishing, but it was comforting.
Yeah.
It's like something to this day I still eat. It takes 10 minutes to make. And I love this. I mean, like it's memory I still remember because one, it was a food of it was a food from a hardship, but also like a way to connect with, I'm not sure if it was connecting at the time, but now that I think about it,
Mhm.
it's a way for me that like shaped who I am as a chef or as a cook, as a person. Just being able to use the minimum and be grateful for it or be happy with it. I'm not sure if I was grateful for it at the time, but now I am grateful and happy that we had those days of, I won't say struggle, but like crazy times of like no one is home. Let's go cook ourselves some ugali and tomato and go back to
Yeah.
school. Yeah. So I want to give you guys some feedback on answering these questions from what I've been learning. Like start with like the question like my childhood food memory is, and then if you are having a hard time coming up with like a- answers or words, you can go into like cons, pros, um, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, just to like think quick. Like if you go to a public event and somebody asks you a question, you don't want to answer just like one sentence, one word. You want to like, make into a small conversation. Yeah. Sarah's just looking at me like,
Three.
okay. Do you guys go out a lot in spaces where you have to talk? Do you network? Do you mingle? Or do you just go out with friends mainly?
Just friends. I think I can do better with like mingling, like social, like talking to strangers.
Mhm.
Like, I feel like that's kind of the best exposure therapy
Yes.
when you're trying to get better at speech, but I don't do it often.
Well, I challenge you next time to go out, introduce yourself to someone new, spark a conversation, see how it goes. Yes, and Sarah, go ahead.
Yeah, like, can I pull you for a chat? Like,
Can I what?
can I pull you for a chat?
Love Island lingo.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Always remember to introduce yourself first, like easy
Yes.
to put into the conversation. Like one thing I truly dislike in America, every time people approach me, they're where are you from? Excuse me, manners. You didn't ask me what, no, who I am. Like you didn't even tell me who you are. You just asked me like, where are you from? I'm like,
Yeah.
not answering your questions. Try again. Do better.
Literally.
So yes, I think we're gonna end our conversation here today. We've touched on it in every. Oh no, we have our last thing. I would like to close this off on a positive note. What are you grateful for today? And what did you enjoy about this session? And what's something you are looking to next time? I will go first if no one is ready.
Go ahead.
I am grateful for today for waking up beautiful. I mean, I am breaking out. I've been stressed a lot, so eating a lot of pizza and cheese, but soon enough I'm gonna be back to my skin that's beautiful and glowing. Anyways, I'm
Mm.
grateful for being here, for picking up myself and trying this challenge. And I'm grateful for Sarah and Ruth joining me today. Thank you for being here and participating and taking this serious. And I'm grateful, yeah, for this beautiful sister I have in general and getting to know them better
Amen.
20 years later.
Wait, not too much.
Um,
Um,
and what I enjoyed about this session is practicing with more than one person. The more the merrier. Like truly, community is everything. That's something I've learned recently. Like community, community, community. We cannot like I cannot be great by myself. No one can be great by themselves. No one was a self-made millionaire. No one, ever does great by themselves. So community. I appreciate this community we have here. And what's something you're looking forward to practicing or exploring next time? I'm looking forward to reading some children books like acting it up, being like, hello, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
Have you
next?
seen Rachel?
Hmm?
Miss Rachel, that one like YouTuber lady.
No, but
And
I'm gonna look up because she came, like, funny enough, she came up through a podcast I was listening that has nothing to do with kids, but someone mentioned her and how great she is, so I'm gonna go look it up.
yeah. Um, I am grateful for waking up today and having things to look forward to do today. Like I'm grateful that I get to go to the gym. I'm grateful that I get to cook myself a meal today. Things like that. Just grateful for my existence. Um, Today's session was good. I learned how to use tone better, like how to add energy into your voice and, actually engage your audience, whoever that may be. What are the other questions? What I'm looking forward to?
What's something you're looking forward to practicing next time or exploring?
Hmm. Next time, I feel like I want to change the book that I'm reading and find a different one with a different vibe to it instead of just, death and old
Mhm.
time. So I want to try that and see if I do better with
Mm,
how I read. And yeah.
great. How about you, Sarah?
I'm grateful for this opportunity to wake up early and fix my sleep schedule, although I might just fall asleep after this. But it's okay, we're up now.
Yeah.
Um, and then I would say about today's session, I like that I was able to learn how to gauge the situation, the passage that I'm reading, and how to go on about that with my tone and my rhythm. And then next session, I'm looking forward to changing up what I'm reading because I was reading this newspaper, but I do want to read like a book because I feel like I'll actually be better at that. And I do like reading books, so it's like I'd rather read a book next time. That's what I'm looking forward to. And yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow, same time, brother and early. Make it into a habit. Black
Right.
time. Yes. You in, Sarah? Oh no, Sarah is not tomorrow,
Every Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes,
What do
ma'am.
you got going on tomorrow morning?
I'm not sure. I think it's gonna be very spontaneous, but I'm not. I'm just.
You're not sure, so you don't want to come to a session? This
It's
is
just like
good.
I would, but it's like I just don't know if like situation. But
Huh?
I'll let you know.
Yeah. Think about it. Practice is what makes you better, and consistency,
Yeah,
over and over again. Don't take much break into it. Think about it. If you had time, come
yeah.
back to have you.
I'll think about it. I'll give some thought.
All right.
Okay.
Good one, everybody. Enjoy your days. Go make yourself some beautiful food. Cook for yourself today if you can.
Uh,
Yes, we are.
Bye.
Bye.